I hate to say this out loud, but I really do wish that like Shonen anime had, because I love Shonen. That's kind of like I like seinen too, but like Shonen's like the most fun probably to watch like overall.
Yeah.
I like the big shows like One Piece and Naruto and Hunter x Hunter and those,
Yeah.
adventure ones. But I wish honestly that it had more like genuine relationships in them. Like it's so unrealistic for me that Nami, for example, from One Piece would be on a pirate ship with Zoro and Sanji. Like, I'll be real, like, right? Like, Sanji's creepy in a lot of ways, but like he's hot and he cooks and he's romantic.
And he cooks.
Right?
Yeah, it's true.
Like, there's no way that Nami is not gonna hook up with like one of these dudes at some point where she's gonna have like some romantic feelings for Zoro when he's like working out on the ship.
Well, she'll have romantic feelings for Zoro, but he'll never ever like have romantic feelings for her. Sanji, for sure, they'd hook up. That's fine. But Zoro, no. Not a chance in her wildest dreams,
Dude,
maybe.
even Robin, who's like older, right?
Oh,
would
for
have
sure.
a hard
She would want
time.
Zoro, right.
Would have a hard time being around Zoro all the time. And then when
Right.
Trafalgar Law comes around, there's no way Robin's not like,
Well, that's true.
we need to explore this Trafalgar Law
That's
man
true.
a little bit more.
But I do want Robin to actually end up with Aokiji.
Oh, Aokiji.
I think
Interesting.
they would be a better couple. Yeah.
Do you think there's too much trauma for them, though? Like with
Nah,
the
they're
fire,
fine.
like the,
Nah.
what do they call it? The
He
buster
saves
call?
her.
Oh, that's true. He's the one that
He like
sends
sails
off.
her away and has a path for her
But
to
he
like
was
go find friends.
Also, to go find friends. Right. They should totally hook up. No, I'm saying like she's always associated him though with like the Buster Call too.
I don't know if there was some dude that came in and was a part of the Buster Call. Obviously, he was like there to kill people, and I mean, she does think that he kills Saul.
Yeah, who
which
was like her
we found
total
out
buddy.
recently. That's a recent thing we found out about.
But she
him.
doesn't even know Saul's alive yet.
Well, so yeah, she might be like traumatized, but she does know that Aokiji saved her, and I think that still is like I would have just died if this man didn't save me.
But
and
she
he's
was also
pretty dang sexy,
8 years
like,
old, and he was like
Right,
an adult,
so
so she probably doesn't
He wasn't
associate
an
it with
adult.
like
He was
romance.
like just a little older than her.
Is it? Can I just ask you if it's because you think Aokiji's super hot?
I like love him a lot. Yeah,
I like his voice. I think when he's like Ice Age, it's like pretty sexy.
I just love his character. I love everything about him. Like that he was an admiral. I like that he does try to fight Luffy and stuff for reals, but then he also, I mean, he could have killed him earlier on and doesn't kill him. Like,
Yeah,
there's just a lot.
there's
There's a lot with his character.
I
And
like
now he's like
Aokiji.
with Blackbeard. There's just so much going on. where it's just
Blackbeard
like-
stuff is weird.
What the heck is happening with him? And Robin is like this older, more mature woman that just, I don't know. I think they would be a really cute couple. I like
Interesting.
it. I want them to get together.
Do you know who better freaking hook up is Charlotte and Yami from Black Clover?
Yeah.
Like if they played with my emotions this whole time, like making me be in love with Yami, and then like also Charlotte, like I'm like rooting so much for Charlotte to like
Yeah.
get Yami.
No, I agree.
And then if one of them dies or like nothing comes of it, if it's just one of those stupid shonen things where like at the end they just kind of acknowledge each other's presence, I'll just
hi.
be so bothered.
Well,
like-
especially because she already proclaimed her love for him. So it's not like it can really, to just sidestep it at this point and never talk about it again and just make it like an assumption
they
thing is
have
stupid.
to end up together. I would be
No, they for sure will.
so bummed.
They have to.
Because like here's the thing, honestly, like I like Black Clover, but my favorite thing about Black Clover is Charlotte and Yami. Yami's my
Yeah.
favorite. I just want him to have like a wife and a happy life and a
He will.
family.
With Charlotte. Yeah, sounds good. They'll be together.
Do you think they're the cutest couple in anime, or are there cuter ones?
You know what? I really, really love Mustang and Hawkeye.
Oh, true.
And I
Yeah.
know they never fully express that they're a couple, but
No,
they
but
are.
they're in love though. For
I
sure.
love their relationship. Like it's,
I know.
I love the way she treats him, and just you can tell how much she cares about him.
Yeah.
He obviously one of my favorite parts is when he overcomes lust and is able to defeat her pretty easily because he has Hawkeye in his life.
I think you're right though. He's not like
Like,
affected by lust like
no,
other
he's
guys
just
are,
like
because
I'm gonna destroy you.
he has like a genuine woman.
He
in his
knows,
life.
right? He knows like what it actually
I
feels
agree
like
with you.
to be in love.
And even if that's not true, that's how I choose to believe.
No, that's totally how it is. I totally think it is. And I love the end when she gets stabbed, or no, her throat is
Yeah.
cut. And she's laying there And he's like, I'm sure the only thing he wanted to do in that moment was save her. But he was like, she looked at me.
I know.
And she would kill me if I did this. Like, there's no way I was going to bring her back, you know, and do the whole ritual thing and stuff. And he doesn't do it because for her and stuff. Like, it's just everything about the relationship is so freaking cute.
About, like, I like their relationship because I think it's actually love. Like, it's not just like they want to be together physically, but like I think he honestly like respects her opinion and her wishes as an equal, and not like, oh, she's this precious person I have to save.
Yeah.
He's like, she wouldn't want to be saved that way. And he respects
that. And that means more to him than what he wants to.
Yeah. Like, yes. Yeah. I agree with you. They're super cute.
Yeah. Oh, I love them. And I think Ed and Winry are super cute.
I think
his proposal is super
cute. The way
like,
that he like just shouts like equivalent exchange.
Yeah.
She's like, you're such an idiot. But it is cute too that he like knows she'll always be there for him, like waiting, and she like wants him to go on adventures and like live his life and be fun, because women want to have like a fun guy in their life for sure.
Yeah,
I do like them.
Yeah, I think
I especially like Ed though. I think he's just like a cute dude.
He is. Yeah, I like him a lot.
I really like Shoya and Nishimiya too, because we've talked about them a lot, how like it would be hard, dude, if you've been like bullied to that extent by someone to try and like actually have like a romantic relationship with them. That would be really difficult. But I think Shoya is so sincere and genuine. He's like a totally different person, and Nishimiya likes him. Like, that's the thing, is like she wants to be with him. Yeah. And there's just these obstacles that they have to overcome as a couple, I think. But I would love for them to get together.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's super cute, and I like looking at the story from his perspective. Because if it could have been someone else's, it's like, oh, he's just a bully who's a jerk. But you get to see the change and how he actually feels. Yeah. And being able to see that from his perspective, and that he has changed and that he cares about her, and all he wants to do is like make her happy and make her life better.
And the thing is, people really do change. Like, nobody starts out as a perfect person. They like learn from their mistakes and become better. And then eventually they're like a good enough person to be a spouse and a parent. And so I think there's a lot to learn from that story too. Dude, how do you feel about Mikasa and Eren? Do you think that's like a toxic relationship? I don't really like the word toxic, but like in this case, I mean, it's definitely not
healthy because she's psychotic.
Well, she's like too obsessed with Eren.
Right. And I mean, I get it. Not it's
you just... get her obsession because Eren's hot.
He is. I love it.
But is he the kind of person that you can handle being around in a romantic? Like, I feel like his personality is very aggressive. Like, I don't know.
I think if it was a different situation, obviously, you know.
Yeah,
but he has to be so serious, and he does feel like the only way to proceed with life is to do it on his own, and like not be truthful necessarily with everything to everyone, because that's how he just has to handle things, and that obviously is toxic. If you can't like open up to someone that you love, or the person that you love doesn't open up to you, you know, then there's obviously going to be issues there.
Well, and then there's the issue of like just being too smothering. Like, Eren's not really allowed to like explore his own life, because Mikasa's always like right there.
Well, right. She literally acts like his mom, and I get that his mom died, and she's like, you guys have to be there for each other. But that's not, I don't think, what she meant. You know what I'm saying?
Well, like, especially because Mikasa wants to be with Eren as like his wife, right? Like, she wants to like be his life partner.
Right. So you don't treat him like his mother.
You can't. Yeah, you can't be a life partner if you're like trying to control every like aspect of someone's life.
Right. And like, I mean, there's times where it's like, you know, I know my husband has been working really hard, so I remind him he needs to like eat or something. And be like, hey, take a break. Yeah. But the way she goes about doing it, and she's like, eat your food. And it's like, okay. I don't know. There's just, you know.
I never really rooted for them, to be honest. Like, I wanted Mikasa to like be happy and like find joy in life. And I think she eventually did. Like, after everything goes down.
Right. I think her and Jean, Jean is cute. And it's cute that he kept his distance and let her just, like, be how she needed to be. It was, like,
clear that she was in love with Eren. And
yeah.
Yeah,
but I think that Hisoka is a psycho and could never actually, like, have a relationship with anyone. But at the same time, I think Machi from the Phantom Troop should maybe like hook up.
Here's the thing. I actually kind of agree with that. I think she's way more normal than Hisoka, but she's also a member of the Phantom Troop.
I mean, they're both psychos, but no, that's true though. But I feel like, I mean, there was a couple times he's like, do you want to go get dinner or something? And she just like walks away.
He's like, that's too bad.
And she comes and I think she does like care for him in like a weird way, because she comes and like fixes him up
Yeah. I mean, he
and
pays her,
stuff.
but
well,
yeah.
it's true, but
I
she
do think
doesn't
she
still
would
have to like
refuse if
accept
she
the
didn't wanna
job.
help
Like
him, yeah.
I don't know.
I agree.
And I know he's part of the Phantom Troop. She thinks he is at that point, and so it's
Right.
kind of like maybe it is more just because they're in the same troop and they're like working together and whatever. But
Well, and she's one of the original, like she's one of the
Yeah.
original, right? And so she feels such a strong bond with the rest of the troop. Like they're her family. So
well, right when he starts killing off some of them, she gets very emotional about it. But I also,
Yeah.
I don't know, I have mixed feelings about it. When he attacks him, she's pissed, but she also says she's gonna kill him. But then I also don't necessarily believe her when she says it. Like I'm like, I don't know if she actually would kill him. I don't know.
I feel like she would try to kill him. I just don't know that Machi's skills,
Right,
like.
but try. It's like she wouldn't really. You
I just
know?
don't understand. This is my thing. If you're a member of the Phantom Troop and you're close with Kuroro, you just don't fall in love with other people. Do you know what I mean? He's so hot. And his voice is so soothing. Like you would only care.
soothing.
You'd only care about being around Kuroro all the time.
I don't know. I have my issues with him, but he is like.
But like
attractive,
Hisoka
that's
wears like
true.
high heels.
Oh no, I'm not saying I would like
in
go
like
for
an
Hisoka.
unattractive.
I'm
No, I'm
she
just saying
should.
like Machi's. I think she's a little too normal. Like she would want to be with Kuroro, I think.
Well, except he's also.
But he's psycho and he's
Messed up.
sexy. Okay, there's different types of like psycho, right? Like the indoor fish thing when he's like leading the orchestra of
Yeah,
death.
he's like a psycho.
I was like, okay, this guy is super twisted, but so like so hot. With Hisoka, it's like, oh my gosh, he's so twisted, and then that's like the end of your thoughts with Hisoka. He's hot when he's like
that's true.
when he's in Grido Island though, when he's like taking a bath in the river. I was like, oh
When Bisky's like,
yeah. He's like, is that their trainer? Yeah.
no, the kind of psycho that I love though is like Kikaku. You know,
Oh my gosh, I want him to hook up with me.
like
I love Kikaku.
No, I know, like no, but I love him. He's like psycho, but he's like my kind of psycho. You know what I mean?
And he's
Like, it's
so
like-
he's so like you can tell he just needs a hug. Like he just needs to like know that he's loved.
Yeah.
He just needs like somebody to like
Everyone leaves him. He just,
all of his girlfriends.
his main girlfriend.
Yeah, I like love Kikaku. I love everyone in Life
No,
Lessons.
it's true.
dude.
That's such a good one. Okay. I know that people think that because Norman was like obsessed with Emma, that she needed to end up with him. But I think Emma and Ray are like way cuter of a couple.
I agree with you, and they're way more like each other too.
Yeah.
Like,
and
Emma's,
they've just
like,
been through so
fun-loving.
much together.
Yeah.
Not that Norman hasn't been through a lot, but like they thought he was dead.
Right.
He was gone. He was like out of it. Ray and Emma work together and go through so much. And I feel like there's just this progress that happens. And I do think that Ray, it's kind of almost like a Jean and Aaron type situation where Ray knows that Norman loves Emma.
I love the scene in the manga where Ray goes to Emma and he's like, listen, I know you, and I know you don't agree with Norman's
Right.
plan. And like, if you let this go, eventually you're going to burst and you're going to ruin everything, right? Like, we're not going to be able to work together. That's such a husbandly thing to do. Like, to know someone so well that you can go to them and be honest with them and be
Right.
like, listen, I know you're trying to like keep the peace here. You're trying to like not say anything, but eventually you're going to have to, because that's the kind of person you are. And I think right now is the time to express how you're feeling. And he like encourages her to be herself.
Yeah.
Which is so important to Emma. Like that's her whole being, is like being true to herself and her feelings
Right.
and her family.
And Ray supports
knows
that.
her.
Yeah. He like supports those feelings and wants to help her.
And the fact that Norman has been away for a while, he was like experimented on. Like he's been through some things too that maybe distanced him from Emma more, but just the paths that life has taken them has like, it's separated them too much. And I feel like it brought Ray and Emma together.
I agree. And I think they're a way cuter couple than
And I know they're
Emma
kids,
and Norman.
but
But they're
I root
not
for them.
later.
yeah.
They get back to the real world and then live their lives, you know. I mean, she doesn't remember it, but you know.
Yeah, but then she can fall in love with Ray.
Right. I
As
think
an
she
adult.
would. That's the
Yeah.
thing. I think even put in that situation where she doesn't remember the relationship she had with either of them,
Yeah.
but can feel that maybe they're important. Because she, you know, there's like that stuff where it's like, oh my gosh, I feel like I have these emotions, you know. She like talks about it a little bit, but she doesn't remember who they are.
Yeah.
I think once they go out in the real world and they live their lives, well, I mean, she should fall in love with Oliver because he's like...
It's a lot like Nami being on the boat with Zoro, or Robin being on the boat with Zoro. Like, Robin is an adult woman with a healthy body. And if she sees Zoro working out, she's going to want to be like, hey, we should have Sanji make us dinner and talk.
We should have
right?
Sanji make us
Like,
dinner.
we'll sit on the side of the boat and watch the waves together. Like, of course you're going to, like, it's just unrealistic to have a pirate crew that are 19 years old. They're all, like, young adults. Like, some of them, Luffy's 17 in the beginning. Like, he's not even an adult yet.
Yeah.
They're going to have feelings for each other. And I don't want it to be, like, graphic and unnecessarily stupid. I just want them to, like, explore real human experiences. Like, I don't know. Like, there's no way Trafalgar Law shows up in a kimono and Robin's not a little bit like,
No, I agree with you.
Amen. Here's a couple that I totally love. And I'm so heartbroken for them. Okay. It's Yahiko and Conan
Oh, that
from
is
Naruto.
true.
Because, dude, their love story was so young. And it was like, if they could have worked through, like, the Akatsuki plan, like, make the world more peaceful, like, they totally could have built a life together.
Yeah.
And then freaking Yahiko had to go and sacrifice himself. And here's the thing.
I know.
She, like, lost him twice, kind of, because even though he was, like, a corpse, she had to, like, be around his dead corpse all the time because of Nagato. And then he was, like, living and speaking in a way, and then to, like, have him and Nagato die again. I mean, Nagato for the first time, but then, like, Yahiko for the second time. Like, I feel like Conan's story is, like, so sad, and she's so cute and pretty, and, like, I don't know, I feel like she had like her love, and then he just got taken from her.
No, it's true. And they had those cute little moments where he thinks that dude is, like, making a move on her and stuff. So he goes to listen.
Spies on him.
And she's like, oh, you can come out. And he's like, I don't, like, what do you mean?
He's like, what'd you say?
Yeah. And then he wants to know. And she's like, I don't have time for that. And it's just this, like, cute moment, you know, where they're just like,
he's like relieved. Yeah.
It's just cute. Yeah. No, I agree. It was a bummer.
They're honestly, like, one of my
had to
favorite anime couples of all time.
They're pretty
I
cute.
really, really love Yahiko and Conan.
I also liked Shikamaru and Temari.
With Temari, yeah.
I thought they were super cute as a couple. Naruto and Hinata could have had a better story of getting together than the movie. I know you liked the movie and you thought it was cute.
Really sweet.
I just, like, ugh. It just wasn't good enough for me for their relationship. I was like, what?
I just think Naruto too, though, is the type of character that, like, he has shallow feelings until he realizes that he doesn't. Like, he thinks that his feelings are on the surface for everybody. Like, when like, and I think this is extreme, dude, always the men's feelings in anime are extremely shallow, but like when they're trying to explain to Naruto that, like, love for a woman and love for, like, ramen is not the same feeling, and he's like, what? Do you remember that little scene? Like, I think it just takes him a while to realize that he's, like, a man and that he wants a future with a woman and he wants to have a family, and Hinata is, like, the exact kind of person that fits with him, and up until then he's just been kind of, like, having fun and,
well,
like,
I think they're, like, a cute couple in the end, and it's like, I mean, I would have been extremely unhappy if he ended up with Sakura.
Oh yeah,
you know, so obviously Hinata's a better choice for Naruto than Sakura. I just wish there could have been more. Dude, when she jumps in front of Pain and she's like, I love you, and she, like, tells him, and then he never says ever anything, mention anything again. Like, it's just like it never happened.
That's the kind of shonen stuff
that
just bothers me, because I was telling, like, I watched Naruto with my husband, like, the whole thing, and he was like, just do about it, and I was like, wait, why didn't Naruto say anything to Hinata? Like, that didn't make sense to me at all. I was like, she literally just, like, sacrificed herself,
right,
and was the reason why he was able to, like, become the Nine Tails and like overcome his situation where he's, like, pinned down by the chakra bars or whatever they were.
Yeah.
And and she, like, totally was fine with dying for him to, like, let him know that he had, like, changed her life. And, like, I was so mad that he never said anything, and then my husband kept telling me to get over it, and I was like, no, because this is the kind of crap I hate with shonen, is, like, they hint at it and they make you, like, excited that, like, oh, now they're gonna start their love story, and then literally it's like 2,000 episodes later and they have to make a movie about it because it never happened in the entire series. It's frustrating. I just want people to be in love and be happy.
Right, because him being like, oh, I acknowledge you, and your feelings and what you just said, and having a little bit, not that he has to be like, oh my gosh, I love you too in that moment, but he can start realizing that he like cares about her, rather than this thrown together movie where all of a sudden in 30 seconds he's like, oh my gosh, I love her.
Well, and
then she like walks away from him for this other dude who she doesn't actually like care about.
As soon as he confesses, she's like, bye.
Right, and then he's like all mad about it.
No,
and
the movie's stupid.
So
I just thought it was
so dumb.
I just finally got what I wanted out of Naruto and Hinata. So I was like,
well,
I'm
glad
happy.
that you got that. But
the scarf thing was a little cliche. But what do you think of Goku and Chi-Chi? Do you like their relationship, or is it like, is it too weird?
I mean, they're both weird, so it kind of just works, you know.
I just think Goku's not like a good husband.
Well, I think it's weird. I know it's supposed to be like a joke. Just when he makes the joke that he thinks it's gross to like kiss his wife. And Vegeta's like, what the? But she, like, Chi-Chi is just weird too, you know. It's just kind of like,
I just think Goku's a weird dude. I love him, but dude, I love though Lloyd and Yor from Spy Family. Oh my heck.
Oh, yeah.
I know this is so cliche because Spy Family is like so popular right now and everyone's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But like just the fact that like they're both so weird on their own as individuals, and then Yor is like this gorgeous assassin who doesn't know how to have relationships, and then totally like hooks up with this handsome spy that like just I like those kinds of like it's obviously like the plot was like written so that it would have these like little moments, but I just like it. I don't know, maybe I'm more of like a romantic than I thought, because normally I don't like chick flicks or like romance movies.
Yeah.
I do kind of like romance, not romance novels and like adult novel. I think graphic stuff is just boring to read, but I love like romantic cheesy books that have like a cute love story as like a side plot.
right. I feel like that's the main thing, is you don't want it to be like the focus of the story, but having it not at all when you're like, oh, just a little bit, you know, like.
Well, dude, it comes back to like, you're not gonna be on the boat with Zorro when he's working out and just be like, oh, hey Zorro, what's up, buddy?
It does always come back to Zorro though. He's like, you know.
I just think it's such a good example of like what shonen anime does, where it like has these characters that in real life, like if you had a friend like Zorro,
yeah,
you would be desperately in love with the dude.
Yeah.
And I don't even care who you like. He's everyone's type.
It's true.
He's hot.
No,
he's
true.
talented. He's a swordsman. He's like funny. He's also kind of like mature in the way that he like keeps to himself. He doesn't have to be the center of attention, but he'll join in and have fun when he's interested or when he wants to. He like took Luffy's pain. He's like sympathetic. He's charitable. I
love that part.
Like and he talks with the slightest little lisp. Like I just think every woman in the entire universe, if they're on a boat with Zorro, whether Zorro reciprocates the feelings or not, like they at least are feeling something for him.
Yeah.
Because he's a good guy.
No, it's true.
And he's
I
so
totally
hot.
100% agree.
It's the same with Trafalgar Law though too.
No, it's true. Both of them.
Maybe it depending on how like damaged a girl is, Sanji might be a good choice too.
No.
That's why Pudding
I disagree with that. Right, because she's a freaking psycho.
Yeah, that's what I mean. She was like damaged. Dude, but it's okay.
Right.
Sanji crying in the rain trying to light a cigarette, though. No, he's like a little hurt boy
I know.
in a man's body.
I'd give him a big hug. I'd be like, oh, come here, you little baby. But I'm not like attracted to him.
I feel like I would date him for like a month at least to like comfort him.
I'd let him cook me food, but I'd have the same relationship I have with like Luffy. I'd be like, cook me food, but then we're not like.
Luffy, you don't want cooking you food.
Well, no, I'm saying.
Oh, you're saying you would be Luffy.
I'd be like Luffy. Sanji would cook me food and make me delicious food.
And that would make him
and
feel
we'd be like
somehow.
buddies, but like that's the extent of our relationship. You know what I mean?
I just like Sanji. I don't know.
No, I do like
feel
Sanji.
bad for him.
No, I do. We'd be like friends. That's it.
But he's like handsome too. Like
no, he is. There are times he's really attractive, dude. When on Cake Island, especially when he has like the robe, the red like cape. That's
when
like
he like beats Luffy for no reason. That's
yeah. Well, that is stupid. But yeah,
nobody looked hot doing it though, for sure.
No, totally. He looks good. But we'd still just be friends, you know. He's like in the friend zone forever.
Okay, just tell me honestly, because I know that you don't like Nami. We all like
Correct.
Nami. You don't like Nami, and you're not a huge fan of Sanji. Like Sanji and Nami could could end up together, right? I know they're not going to, because it's just shonen, blah, whatever. Oh, I just hit my mic. Sorry. Because
it's your mic.
It's a shonen.
Yeah.
And they won't end up together. But don't you like want them to though, kind of? Like there's times when like, do you remember after their fight, like after he beat Luffy and Nami was like trying to like forgive him and he like carried her off and she like looked at him like he was like her hero, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's totally something between Nami and Sanji.
I mean, they have moments where there's like, oh, but most of the time it's just, here's the thing. I don't necessarily want them to get together. That's not like a want I have inside. But if they ended up together, I wouldn't be like upset about it. I'd just be like, okay, that's fine. But I mean, if I'm being honest, it would be the same if she also ended up with like Usopp. So
I don't know, dude. I just like, I love shonen anime, but I just want there to be more like human emotion, not just like fight and overcome, and which those are all good. That's why I love shonen, because the messages of shonen anime are always good. I just want like a little more humanity, like a little more emotion, like romantic emotion mixed in there a little bit.
I agree. A little bit is not bad. But that's not just like a look that someone gives someone. It's like, no, that doesn't.
Right. It has to be like, I just want people to like express their feelings to each other. Like I really wanted Hawkeye. I was really satisfied with Ed and Winry and their little thing. But I really wanted Mustang to just like grab that woman and just kiss the crap out of her before the show ended, before the manga ended. Like I wanted it to be like a thing.
I know. Me too.
And I'm like dying for Yami to just like grab Charlotte and just kiss the living crap out of her.
No, I agree. I agree with you.
And it doesn't have to be even like graphic, just like a kiss, like just like a passionate like I love you too, and then I'll just be so happy knowing that they're like together. That they like ended up together and that they get to get married and then hate each other for the rest of their life.
That's true. Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I want more of it. I want more honest Zoro moments, like at least Robin, who's like a grown woman, like in the background, at least raising an eyebrow when Zoro's like lifting weights. Something. Do you know what I mean?
I do.
A little more honesty. I don't know.